Damn time we start this shit.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Are you
yes.
recording?
Summer loving, having so fast. Having so fast. This shit's trash. We can't do it.
Said a girl.
Said a girl. I said a girl, cute as can be. George, just let it go.
Looked in a way, during the summertime. Oh, tell me more. Tell me.
Oh man.
Hey everybody.
Shit.
Welcome to Summer Lovin'.
This is the series where we fuck
Summertime.
up the intro consistently.
Summer Lovin', babies.
Nice and hot today.
Nice and
Oh, we are feeling real good in the studio tonight.
feeling like a burnt potato chip.
Oh,
Like a
sweaty
nice
potato chip.
Crisp.
The ones you avoid on the sack.
Yeah, just.
Like the last one all the way at the bottom that's just been smushed by the other potatoes due to
Yeah, and you're doing the bag thing where you're tipping it over and you
Mhm.
see that one and you're dodging it. while
It's
coming
literally
in.
like the most burnt crisp potato chip you've ever
Yeah.
had, and it's hard and it tastes burnt too. It's kind of
obviously burnt.
disgusting.
It's the gross
That's
thing.
that's the three of us
Would not pass.
with headphones on, burnt potato chips with headphones, and we're having a podcast.
a
today.
blast.
Well, at least it's a cool podcast.
Yeah,
And so
something's got to be cool with all this heat. Am I right?
all right.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
So welcome one and all, friends and family, amigos and amiguettes to the Los Amigos podcast. I am Dylan, dying in the heat Barbosa. To my left is George. Get him a jug of water.
Give me something.
And to my right is the dehydrated Dave. And we're here back again talking about
Summer Lovin'.
Happened so fast.
Summer Lovin's the name of our theme for this series that
Oh,
we're coming
yeah.
out with. It's gonna be
Yep.
a good 4-episode series long, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. We're gonna start the first episode with a bunch of stories, some facts, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
some cool things we like about summer.
what we love about summer.
And
What makes summer so fun and so special?
and-
We're gonna answer those questions for you today.
Yeah, in case you were
Oh,
wondering.
yeah, because nobody knows. And then we're gonna. Then the next episode is gonna be about things that suck about summer, which we
Yeah.
do very well in the show. So it should be a cracker.
We like to complain.
Yeah, we don't give any solutions to problems.
I don't complain. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Number one complainer.
So that's gonna be we like this new concept we came up with where we're gonna do a monthly theme. We're gonna talk about it, have different episodes that kind of go off on these different topics that have to do with our theme. So it just happens that this month, since it's the beginning of summer, we're gonna make it a summer month, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
We have plenty of cool things coming up for the next couple episodes that include summer as our theme.
We got the suck episode. We got
the
the.
suck episode.
We got a game episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which might include some video footage.
Video footage.
Video footage.
That's dope.
Yep.
And then the closing episode, which might have some silly antics that we haven't decided
Yeah,
yet.
maybe some spontaneous. Maybe we'll be a little spontaneous.
We have an idea of what
And then
we
we'll
wanna
change
do,
it
but-
up with a different theme.
Yeah,
Yep,
keep
and-
it fresh.
Have somewhat of the same structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next theme's gonna be August. The August theme.
The August
Okay.
theme.
No, I'm just playing. It's not gonna be.
Oh.
And then after
That's
that,
a shit
Because
theme.
September theme.
Then we got the September theme. And then the October
God, these
theme.
themes suck. Next theme
No.
is gonna be about water crisis.
What sucks about the water crisis?
I don't know. Why is our water dirty?
I don't know.
God, that theme sucks.
Yeah, so that's what we got planned. In all seriousness, it should be a fun time, and I hope you all enjoy it. Today,
right.
once again, stories and some cool shit.
Cool. So
What do you like? About
summer is awesome. Summer is the time of the year where you kick back. You got your nice sandals on. You get yourself a cold one.
Havanas.
Havanas. What's that?
The sandal brand.
Oh, sure.
Never
Brazilian.
mind. Brazilian.
I thought you were
flag.
talking about
Cuba.
Cuba for some reason.
Just
I was
randomly saying
sure.
shit.
Summer in Cuba, baby. Communism at its finest.
Not anymore. I mean,
All right, whatever. Yeah. Let's be real. And
Anyway.
you know, you dig your crusty ass toes into the
Fix
sand
your damn toes.
on a nice beach. You get eaten by sand flies. What are those? You know, those sand fleas.
You got sand fleas?
You never heard of those? You never seen those?
No, not
You
really.
were never at a beach and you're just trying to chill out, and all of a sudden some sand fleas start poking out of the sand and start jumping around at you.
Only in Jersey.
Sand flea.
Only in
That's
Jersey.
That's a Jersey sand flea. Those are the Jersey sand fleas.
Yeah, they evolved from us. So
Yeah, it's just
that's what we got at
just
our
a bunch
beaches.
of Jersey shore goers that just attracted these fleas to the beach
Stereotypical, like,
and created it.
the fleas that are just like, Guidos. Like, hey, man.
The Guido fleas.
Yeah,
You
Get
see
away
them in
from
like
me.
they
Hey,
come
wanna
they come
party?
out to borrow your suntan lotion so they could get tan too.
that's them jumping around is them really partying
Mm.
to dance music.
Yeah, well,
At
that's what we
Karma.
got at our beach.
Yeah. And
What else do you like about summer, George?
Besides the blistering heat,
Yep.
we're so hot.
I don't know. Like, the beach is cool.
But what makes summer special? Like summer seems to be this magical time of the year that everybody can't wait for. It's like, oh my God, summer's coming up. I love summer. I can't wait for it to be summer. Why though? What makes summer so
I feel
magical?
Like people like it because of school. School's done.
I think
the
that's
vast
the big-
majority of people. Yeah.
So like,
That's
all
a
the,
big thing.
all of
Would
like
say
the
that.
college kids are like,
I
they're on
think-
break.
I think the great thing about summer is that it's almost nostalgic to the point where you get to reminisce about young summers that you had as a child and growing up, and
Mhm.
like the activities that you did being very carefree. And summer kind of relates to being carefree and
because you had
enjoying
no-
yourself.
You had no school. You had no.
No responsibilities.
well,
Exactly.
really.
You
And
really
I-
didn't have responsibilities as a kid still, but now you have no school.
Yeah, and I think you had the funnest times of your life in summer because you had all these days off that you can just talk to your friends, and your friends had the same days off. You could all do things and connect. And
What were some of those things you like to do, Dylan?
oh man, for me it was bike riding.
You like to ride bikes?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. Some.
I would get on my mongoose with the pegs on it.
Yeah. Scrape your
Whew,
calves or
God.
your legs on the like tires.
my shins were annihilated
Light
because
up.
I was the kind of kid that didn't know how to do anything on a bike, but I thought I did.
Uh-huh.
So I would try and like bunny
kids.
hop on curbs and stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
And
Do a front
my
flip.
coordination was miserable. So I would try to jump potholes, and
Oh.
the tires would get stuck, and I'd
In
flip.
the pothole.
Yeah, I'd flip over my bike and just scrape up the whole side of my
Oh,
leg.
man.
So those are my summers, just recovering from injury. But I mean, other people had good summers because there's pools. Who doesn't love a good pool?
Oh man, pools are great.
Especially for those of us in the East Coast where we don't have the luxury of constant summer like you West Coast fellas over there that
Yeah.
have, very
Only
good
summer.
very good weather all the time that you can enjoy these luxuries. We don't we hide in the winter.
Yeah,
we're
when we
very
see
Yeah, hibernate.
yeah, our bodies
Yeah.
physically scrunch up in the wintertime, and we become these goblin-esque creatures that
of my house.
I made you food.
Come get your dinner, Johnny.
and you start scurrying around just because you're trying to retain heat.
Yeah.
You grab the food and just run right back into your room.
That's literally we literally become alien
That
creatures.
was me.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, winter in Jersey
and summers when we shed our skin and molt, and we
to
become these
Guidos.
we molt with perfect tans,
We got our
and,
sweet reflective shades on.
And we got our
Mhm.
spiky hair.
and we sweat Budweiser.
Yep.
Like,
So when we sweat, we just keep getting drunk.
That's it. That's our summers,
I
baby.
wish I had a Budweiser because I'm dehydrated.
We're dying.
We're dying.
But I mean, like, so pools are cool. I think knowing that one friend that has a pool, he becomes the most popular guy
He's
in the summer.
Coolest, especially in Jersey, where not a lot of people have pools in our
Right.
area. So that one pool guy is the cool guy for the summer.
no matter the pool, it could be.
Ooh, man.
Above ground.
God, you
kiddie
know what
pool.
though?
Like,
I know we're saving the That Sucks episode for the next one, but above ground pools really suck. Like,
Yeah.
Like the ones that have like the
Write that one
walling on the
down.
side. You know what I'm talking about?
They try to make it real cool, but it's
The
it's
inflatable
never,
ones?
Not the
no, no,
inflatable
no.
ones.
Like real, like above ground pools, where they try to make it nice and they have like their deck connected to it,
Yeah.
or
and
they do like something crazy with it, and it just like sucks so
Or
much.
just the ones that don't have the decks connected to it, and it's just
It's
in
just
the
above.
middle. It's an above ground, like walled off pool, and like you're trying to swim in it, pretending you're having a good time, but then like the
Never.
bugs are accumulated on the side of it, and you're just like,
Ew.
"Ugh."
Anyway, let's keep it positive on this one.
But God, I love pools.
You have any cool? Does anyone have any cool pool stories?
Ooh, pool party stories.
Yeah, like
Oh
a pool
man,
party
I
story.
think one time I went to a family member's house that had a pool, and we did this thing where, and I have some really heavy cousins. They're the best. Like when you're a young kid and you have older, heavier cousins, like they're almost like shields for anything for you, because like they'll just be in your way all the time. And this is what I'm alluding to. So we would do this thing where we'd all get into this pool, and it was the above ground pool, right?
So it was a
the
good
one
time.
connected to the deck.
See?
Yep. And only when you're younger is that cool, because like at that time you don't really give a shit what you're jumping into as long as there's water.
They would
Yeah.
Just do like a full sprint from inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
From inside the house.
And then you just like
Yep.
jump.
Yeah. So
Or from the roof.
So we all got into that. And my older cousin Joshua goes, "All right, Dylan, you ever do a title? What's it called? God, what is it called? Those things that
A whirlpool.
A whirlpool. Yeah." And I was like, "A whirlpool." I'm like,
That shit's hilarious.
I'm like, this is
I
a
can see where
swimming
this is
pool.
going.
What's a whirlpool? So old man Josh was an old man. He was like in his 20s at the time. And my other cousins and me and my brother, we start running around the circular pool and just starting to get dizzy too. We just following the outside. And then all of a sudden, before we know it, we're swept up in this like current that is a whirlpool. Like I would like release my feet from the ground and I would just float in like a circular motion, get sucked towards the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is
I
it
think
terrifying?
it is exhilarating because it's so like I didn't know I could do such things as a child. Like I didn't know whirlpools were made by humans.
Yeah.
Only
in
only in pools, but it was really fun. I enjoyed that.
That's
So
cool.
that's a cool summer memory I have is, you know, spending time with family and doing corny things like whirlpools and
Yeah.
above ground pools. Also, the same pool that when I went to go dive in, I slipped off the edge
Oh no.
and like fell in head first into the pool, and all this water got in my nose. And you know how like you get the headaches from
That always happens.
like it like rushes to your
Yeah,
head,
yeah.
and you start feeling it, and your sinuses are on fire for
Your
some
ears
reason.
are just
Uh,
drenched in water.
yeah,
No
the
matter
same
what
pool.
you do, can never take out the water.
Yeah, that pool gave and took away from me all in one summer, and it was wonderful. So,
Or it happened to me too when I was like, it was in a pool in Portugal.
mhm.
I went to go, you know, they say don't run, but
You always,
Yeah, you always
wait,
run
come
in.
on, what are you, lame?
like,
What are you, a nerd?
what are you, stupid?
Yeah.
what are you, some
Yeah,
poser
You
bitch?
follow rules?
Yeah.
What a fucking
I
pussy.
wonder why they put those rules, because like the third time I decided, like, you know, first two times I run, do like a nice jumping dive, beautiful, majestic.
Majestic.
Well done.
Oh baby, such a sweet
Golden
dive.
god.
All the girls just wow, what
Wow.
a what a
Every
dive.
What a golden
every
god.
single girl.
And then the third time I go in,
Oh, lame. Uh-oh.
I didn't even have the luxury of landing into the pool when
Oh.
I fell. I
Uh,
just like, you know, like the cartoons when like you slip on a banana peel, that noise. The
Mhm.
ship,
Ew.
that was me. Just
Oh,
falling
no.
almost head
Crack.
first into like the cement like side.
Yeah.
That was real cool. That was a good time.
I have a good story. We a while ago, a couple friends and I went to Florida. Actually, George's brother Andre came with us, and one of our friends who owned the house down there, he has a swimming pool, like a underground swimming pool,
mhm.
I guess, right?
That's
Just a
what it
regular
would be,
swimming
yeah.
pool. And
But it was inside, indoor, right?
it
or-
was
Or no?
it was indoor in the sense that like it was covered by a canopy, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Really cool pool, and it's fun getting around together with people and acting up like your children, even as an adult.
Mhm.
When you're around a pool, like you almost don't know how to act. Like you still become a child when you're surrounded. Like we would do this thing where we would be at the side of the pool and someone would throw a football at you and you had to like run in and
Yeah,
catch
catch
the
it
football
into the
while you're
pool.
jumping into the pool.
That's good stuff.
And it hurts a lot of the
It only
time
hurts. It almost only hurts.
because you get stupid with it. Like you start being like, oh, let me front flip and while I catch this football. Like not even athletes could probably do that. And like you're trying to do it like, and
You see
know.
one YouTube video and you think,
Yeah.
hey, I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. So we were doing that, but aside from that, also this was in Florida, in Cocoa Beach, Florida, which, you know, we had that Florida episode where we said Florida sucks, and
Yeah.
since we established that, this part of Florida was cool. for this one time. So
because we were there and we had a good time.
because
and
we were there.
and we were the cool ones.
Yeah.
We made it
So
cool.
off at Cocoa Beach,
didn't
they had the surfing festival, and surfing festivals are cool. Like
Everybody
wherever
was
surfing.
Surfing festivals.
Yeah. So at this particular surfing festival, they had a belly flop contest.
Oh no!
What contest is that?
I've witnessed the belly flop contest.
It is,
and I will tell that story after this.
It is great. So basically, we're sitting at the side, getting ready to go to the beach, but we're like, oh, let's stop, take this detour, and look at this belly flop competition that's going on. It's children of all ages, males and females, just lined up in a line to jump off this really high board, probably like 5 or 6 feet off the pool, the edge of the pool.
Let me tell you something about that.
Uh-huh.
Because when you see a 5-foot diving board, you're from the ground, you're like, that's baby. But then you go up on that, and you're like, this is the highest thing I've
It's
ever
scary.
been. It's so high up.
It
It's
really
so
is.
scary. So continue, please.
Anyway, so it was fun to just watch these people get on the edge. Everybody's cheering them on from the side. Yeah, come on, you can do it.
Belly flop.
Woo! And sorry, that
Where's
was
my
I apologize, but that's summer whistling.
Yeah, we're
That's-
having a good time.
That's a summer activity, is whistling also.
yeah, just whistling around
um,
your backyard.
And it was just fun to watch this one girl who everybody was just edging on, and she was afraid to do it. And like everybody's being assholes in the back. We were like, just go, come on, go already.
Like you
so-
guys.
Yeah, so like she's already like pressured. She has no choice but to jump. And this poor woman goes and just jumps, belly flops, but like, ooh, that smack sound that you got.
Ooh.
God
Was
damn
she
it.
like skinny, fatter?
Oh,
Was
just
she,
girth. She had some girth to her.
She had oh
Yeah, she
no,
had some
that's
tummy.
the worst.
She had that
then.
tummy that like when it hit the water, it rippled a little bit.
Ooh.
And just as soon as she got out, like she wasn't even having a good time anymore. Like she like covered her eyes. She was like,
instant headache.
yeah, just like
that instant
she
headache
got out and
action.
her stomach was red as hell, and we're just like, she regretted this.
That's
Like,
internal bleeding, right?
Yeah.
That's bruised.
Mom, ow, I shouldn't have done it. It hurt.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Nobody told you to do it.
But I wanted to win.
Yeah, you
Oh,
lost.
did you win?
No,
Oh,
I wanted to win a free.
Yeah,
what were you gonna win?
hold up.
What were you gonna win? Tell me what you were gonna win.
What do you get from winning this competition?
Yeah, I want to know the prize.
Probably like a water bottle, like one of those like that you like with like a brand on it, like a GoPro
like
brand
Coconut
water
Beach.
bottle. Yeah, got Coconut Beach, like Cocoa Beach, like brand
Whatever.
water squirter, or like those fans, like the
The-
water
the
bottle
squirting-
fans. You know what I'm talking about?
Talk about things
Like the ones that you get at amusement parks
They're
that
like,
like,
Yeah.
both a fan and like
it's
a
a
water
fan and a squirter and
That's-
Windex at the same time.
That's the most Florida.
Hold on, what are we putting on our
Let me
face?
let me
Uh,
just sidetrack and say that's the most Florida item
I
to
think
have.
I honestly think that's one of the most summer items that you can own.
All
Is a
the
portable
Americans
fan.
have
Is a
that.
portable fan.
Those things are so funny.
Like the battery, like the electric powered ones that are hilarious because they don't do much to your face, but like you're carrying it around like it's saving you from the sweltering heat.
yeah, we should get 3 of them and bring them up here.
Yeah,
exactly.
just get the mics all wet. with
Those are
sprays.
hilarious. I love that.
But it would cool us off actually. Yeah.
I
So
feel like though, like the people who,
Okay.
like the competitions, although like you said that you get that, but I feel like they really do just give you like crazy inconvenient gifts, like
Yeah.
baby carrots and like.
ugh, that's the worst gift.
And for our first place winner,
Oh.
tater tots.
Cafeteria food.
Huggies diapers. Like no,
Oh,
we don't
one
have
pack.
children.
One pack of
God
Huggies.
damn it. Yeah, those are the ones that
A
are
beer.
those those are the competitions that are run by Action Pro, like not GoPro. Like the off-brand.
Like the off-brand and everything. Like,
Action-
it is
Oh,
cheaper, but
shit.
like at what cost?
Yo, let me
Come
add.
by our booth and see our Action
Uh,
Pro's camera and work.
It's like 720p. Like you're like 15 years behind on that
Uh,
technology.
Well, they have the person that's like testing out the equipment. They're putting it in a fish tank of water, but then like it doesn't work.
it dies because it's not waterproof.
Like they're
God
trying to
damn it.
show you that it's like live, like it works.
Terrible.
See?
That's so bad.
Yo, okay, so one of my favorite, I don't know if anyone's ever, if you guys ever been to a resort.
Mm-hmm.
Resorts love to do this thing where like there's a contest to add on to like what we're talking about. There's a contest and then there's like an announcer for the contest, and that announcer is always the craziest guy
Okay.
at the resort. he's always wild and funny, and I can't remember what he would be saying, but in general,
He's always
they're
got the memes. He's throwing out the memes
yeah,
there.
there it is. That's what I like to exactly. Like he's always like
Kid friendly.
but he's like behind a year on the memes.
very behind a year.
Yeah, but okay. So I once went to, so like my family used to go like for a week or so, to like little different exotic places like Cancun, Punta Cana, or the Dominican Republic, right? And in one of those places there was a belly flop contest.
Yep.
Okay, so it was grown men, very older grown men doing belly flops with like into a pool, and it was like a running up situation. So like they would run up to the pool from distance. They would catch top speed, jump, and belly flop. Okay, so that's a belly flop contest, normal, right? Until you're like in the water in more or less the splash zone of a belly flop contest, where you get to see the guy go like above your head and then belly flop right next to you. I was there, young as shit, and I saw grown men just right next to me, and it was hilarious.
Belly
You'd see them
flops
come
hurt.
out like, and it was hilarious to me when I saw that shit, and that was my belly flop story.
You know you're fucked up when like people ask you, "Are you okay?" and your response is, "Ugh."
Yeah,
Like
for,
you're
like, the
winded.
next-
Like, you're trying to just catch your breath after getting off.
Like
and-
Dave, you're good.
My dad did it. It was
God
hilarious.
bless your dad. Did he win?
No.
Well, he was. We're all winners here at Punta Cana
I
Resort.
feel like the real winner is the one
Ones
who
who
got
did it.
last place because
Yeah.
you know he
He
didn't
didn't
do
try
a
as
good
hard.
belly flop, so like you know he doesn't come out as
It was-
scarred as everyone else.
Have you ever been
was
somewhere
hilarious.
where like you had the option of jumping off of a really high place into
Like a
like a
cliff?
body of water?
Like a
Yeah,
cliff
like
diving
like a cliff
situation?
dive or
I've done that
a
before.
high board thing. You've done that?
I did a high board at
Uh-huh.
one of like in Portugal. There's like a little pool zone, and there was like a 10-foot high dive board
Mhm.
situation. It's like you ever like see cartoons over exaggerate dive boards
Yep.
where the dive board is coming out of the earth.
Yep.
And that's what it looks like from
Yep.
their perspective.
So true.
The legitimate, like when you're on top of it, that's exactly what it felt like. I felt like I was looking down at Earth, and I was just gonna jump and like be that guy from like the Red Bull
Oh,
sky
God.
diving thing. Like that was me. That's what it felt like. But it was only 10 feet.
You hear the satellites behind you.
Dave, you're clear to jump.
Cleared.
Houston, I'm not sure. It's pretty high up.
All right,
Dave, stop being a bitch.
starting the countdown.
3,
3, 2,
2, 1.
1.
I don't want to do it.
You just hear Dave.
Those, let me tell you something about that though. Cliff jumping, if you jump off at an awkward angle,
Uh-oh,
you're getting, ooh, you could almost break bones. Like it's that dangerous. Like
But they don't say that in the like resort brochure
they
when
don't
they're
let-
like trying to
no,
convince people to go.
They don't let you know shit. What they do, like I remember we went to an amusement. Well, it was like a water park, and water parks are cool things about summer too. I love water parks. So in the summertime, we went to this one water park in Jersey that they had a little cliff jumping thing, and I think it was like somewhere along the lines of between 30 to 40 feet, which is
That's so high up.
hello,
That's what I just said times 3 basically.
very friggin' high.
It's so fucking
So
high.
it's very intimidating. Like you get to the edge of it, and there's nothing separating you from like the edge of this cliff except like maybe the next person that's behind you, ready to push you at any minute. Like you really have to jump. And I remember jumping my very first time. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, all right, I'm pretty sure you just regularly jump into water.
Mhm.
You just
whatever.
were like crazy legs?
God, my
Were you crazy
God.
legs
It
or
was
straight?
What happened was I jumped.
Oh
And I
my
caught some
God.
forward momentum, so my body was leaning
Oh,
forward a little
no.
bit, and my legs were squirming, and my hands were squirming, and I hit the water with an impact
Oh
like I just got
God.
punched by like a MMA fighter right in the gut. And like the funny thing is like you have to like swim out of that immediately so the next person goes. But I was so injured in when I hit the bottom of the water, I was like, I'm just gonna like chill here for a minute and let this cold water heal my wounds.
Hey Dylan, you gotta get out.
It's like you imagine seeing it from the top and like somebody dives in there and they're gone in the water for a little bit and they come up like
just floating like a dead fish.
Lifeless.
Like a dead fish, belly up.
like back up. like your
Back up.
your back is floating at the top of the water. And then the lifeguard's like, all right, next. they get like
Lifeguards don't give a
yeah,
shit.
like
you know?
they get like an employee from the side of the pool with like
With,
one of
like,
those
a
long
net.
and they fish you out.
like yeah, I'm gonna throw them with the rest of them.
And you just see a pile of other people
God, just like
belly down.
recovering. Ugh, hilarious.
It's not even a net. It's just a hook. They just don't even care.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But it really does feel like the
Ugh.
hardest impact you've ever felt is just belly flopping.
You know what was hot
What's
a
that?
few summers ago? Parasailing was a
Oh,
hot
cool. I like
venture.
parasailing. That's cool.
Was it? I never tried it.
I've been parasailing once. We went off the Jersey Shore, and it's like you're in this little boat thing, little speedboat, and you get hooked up to like this big sail. All of a sudden, the guy goes, "Are you guys ready?" And we're like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." And all of a sudden, like, I don't know, you get in the water, and then like the boat starts going, and then you get swept up into the air. Wow, let me tell you something.
That shit is high.
That shit looks high.
There's a
as
sense
fuck.
of adrenaline, but at the same time, like, it keeps going higher, and you're like, wait a second, how high am I gonna get off of this, like, this beach? So we're like just flying in the air, our feet are dangling, we're literally attached to like a series of like ropes
and,
and
like,
harnesses,
cables and shit.
yeah, that can snap at any time now.
Easily.
And my biggest fear is like that the cord that connects the parasail to the boat snaps, and all of a sudden
You
we're
just start
doing.
floating.
We look like, you ever see Jurassic Park 3, the beginning where like the dad is with the child in the parasail,
Yep.
and they're going towards the island. Like that was me in my mind. Like that's gonna be us going to Jurassic Park. Yeah, exactly. We're like, hold on, Ruben. That was the kid who was with me at the time. Too funny, but it's also like for me, like it's intimidating being in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, fuck that.
I guess I'm one of those guys that fear Jersey water. I don't want to say all water, Jersey water, just because
Jersey
it's so
water's the
murky and dark.
scariest.
It's disgusting.
It's the scariest
Cigarette
water.
butts floating around. The sharks are smoking cigarettes.
Heroin needles
Hypodermic
floating
needles.
around.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
But I guess it's fun. I recommend it if you've
good
never
time.
done it.
How
Yeah,
about
do it
banana
once.
boating? That was another one that was
Banana
was
boating.
hot in this shore.
Yeah, banana boats are like your golf dad's favorite thing to do when he
Golf
goes to the
dad,
beach.
yeah,
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
It's
that-
like a regular boat. I don't
It's
get
a
it.
little
Yeah.
like thrilling in a way because
Is
it goes
just
fast.
Like jumps, right? It's like,
Not really.
doesn't do like little
It just-
baby
you
jumps
just
because of the
ride.
waves. So isn't it like an inflatable?
Well,
Yo,
I mean,
you
in-
know what looks fun though on that like premise of jumping? Those
that?
like I don't know what it's called, but it's like banana boat esque, but it's like aerodynamic. So like you have two people on each side, and it looks
Hmm.
like a wingsuit.
Okay.
That's the best way to. It looks like an inflatable wingsuit on water,
What?
and it's attached to like a boat, and like two people would be hanging onto it, and it's just light, so it just starts like flying
Really?
all over the place. You never saw that before?
No, that sounds cool though.
That's like some lake shit that like
Oh,
white kids do.
It's like you're talking about like the little like tire inflatable thing where you just.
It's
attach it
basically
to,
same
like,
shit.
A
Yeah.
boat, and you just after like you hit like a big wave, you just
You go,
fly for, like 15 feet in the air and hope that when you land that you're not sideways and just drown. And
That's like the same. It's like the same thing, but it's like advanced. It's like it's just a little. It's like aerodynamic, and like
Are
you
you-
never seen that before.
Are you guys talking about that one thing that I've seen on videos at the lake where they have this huge inflatable thing
Uh-huh.
and
Oh,
like
no, I'm not
somebody's
talking about
sitting
that.
on that and
Those
then
are
the other
awesome
person
as hell.
jumps and then you go flying into the air?
Oh no, that's
Like,
something else
it
though.
looks
That's
like-
awesome
like
though.
a
I'd never try
seesaw
that.
type of inflatable
yeah,
thing.
I've never done that. I'd
have,
love
like,
to.
A 300, 500 pound man just like
Mhm.
jump from like a giant building or cliff.
Yep.
And then there's like a 3-year-old boy like attached to the other
Yeah,
end.
and he goes
I
flying.
love it.
Never returns.
You've never
Yeah.
seen
Team Rocket's
Team Rocket's wrestling. Ding.
They just, we'll catch you one day, Pikachu. Just flying off into eternity.
That's like classic. Always. They always have
I love that.
Yeah, I love that shit. It's so funny. It's
Um,
like this. I don't know if that makes more sense.
Oh, so Dave drew us a diagram.
It's like a ship diagram,
It looks
and then like it's connected to a boat.
it looks like the Ten Commandments that the tablet that Moses got from God.
The
that Dave-
picture version.
Yeah, the the Pictionary version of the Old Testament. David just drew for us. Oh
It's
man.
just like connected to a boat.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Maybe I've seen
Oh,
some. Now that you
yeah.
connected it to that boat drawing,
Actually,
it
I've
makes a
seen
little bit of sense.
Do you really like? Cause
I think I know what you're talking
They're
about.
laying
it
down,
catches,
right?
Yeah, they're laying
Yeah.
belly down on it,
Mhm.
and like it catches a wave, and since it's like aerodynamic, it flies for a bit, and you're just there with your buddy, like. "Ah!"
You know what else flies for a bit?
Oh,
When you're
no.
on jet skis.
Oh
And
yep.
for some reason you're with your fucking uncle that like thinks he's the man at
Like
jet
crazy.
skis.
All right, let's set up the scene. All right,
Flies
Okay.
at top knots.
let's set up
Here we
the
go.
scene.
Let's set up the scene.
This needs to be set up.
All right. So picture this.
Uh-huh.
You're at your local beach and fucking Uncle Ricky calls you up one
Uncle
day
Damn Ricky.
and goes, "Hey, come on, Squirt, we're going to go do some jet skiing." And you're like, "I'm all for it. I've never done it. Let's do it. It's going to be a
you
good
think
time."
it's a great time.
Yeah, you're like, "I can't wait." You start Instagramming that shit like, "Down here with these jet skis, like it's gonna be a fun ass time." And your uncle, like, he tells you like, "Yeah, I've done this before. Like it's cool. Just make sure you hold on." You're like, "Whatever the fuck that means, Uncle Ricky. Like it's gonna be fun." So you get on and you put on your little safety harness and your life vest, and your uncle's got a rock hard boner on because
He loves jet
whenever
skis.
you touch him, he gets a rock hard.
God damn it!
Turn.
It took two.
Oh, sorry, wrong scenario.
yeah.
so anyways-
please, for the love of God.
Your uncle decides, all right, we're gonna take it slow first. God, your fucking uncle's never rode a jet ski. Like he's probably done it once or twice.
But he acts like he's done it.
Yeah,
so
and he's
many
so
times.
aggressive with it. So like he does that thing where he jerks the throttle and it just goes burr, 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 at like high speeds and yeah, and you start catching whiplash with your neck because
he doesn't
like
know what he's doing.
exactly. And then all of a sudden he's like, "All right, you ready to go top speed?" And you're like, "I'm sweating. I'm like miserable." All of a sudden he hits top speed. And before you know it, you're going 50, 60 miles per hour. I guess that's the top speed. But you're hitting that high speed. All of a sudden, a wave comes from the side, and you both go flying off that thing.
Oh no!
Or what has happened to me was my uncle was going on it, and he was going really fast, and he jerked it a little bit to the side, and my childish grip started to loosen, and I flew off the back of the jet ski. And did like one of those, like, you ever see a rock skip on a lake? That's my body.
You just keep bouncing.
Yes, that was my body on the ocean. So, God, it wasn't a good time. But other than that, jet skis are pretty cool. Oh. Anybody else? You guys like jet skis?
Jet skis. I've never tried a jet ski, but I think it's just I like it's mainly fear, and
Mhm.
or the resort that has it, or like the place that would have the jet skis is like, all right, cool, $100, please.
Yeah.
For jet skis, and you're like,
Jet skis
"Fuck
are kind of
that."
overrated,
Yeah, they're really expensive.
but they're fun. Do it once. If we're going to do the do it once summer bucket list,
Do everything once.
Yeah,
just jet skiing. Do it once. You don't need to do it again.
I think it wouldn't be that bad.
Unless you own one.
Sure. But then you got to live by the beach.
Then you got like out of insurance.
Or you could just hook it up to like your car.
Oh,
Or-
God.
That sounds inconvenient. Always having it like, oh, let's go to the beach, and you have to like bring like a giant trailer with like one jet ski, two jet skis.
Another funny story about summertime is I had a court date for a speeding ticket. Not a speeding ticket. It was for driving with a cell phone in my hand. I got nailed with one of those. That is a mandatory court date. And I was sitting in the court listening. You know how you just sometimes like when you're in the court listening to other people's like criminal activities. One
Mhm.
of them was this old guy who went up to the judge, and apparently he got a ticket or he got fined for having a boat in his driveway. Like, apparently you can't do that. You can't have boats in your driveway in Jersey.
That's bullshit. Cause I drive around the block and all I see is boats. on the
Right, but
driveway.
I guess it's like it was blocking the sidewalk or it was doing something that
Oh,
criminal.
yeah.
The
Yeah, that
boat
makes
was
sense.
criminal. So like he got fined for that, and I'm like, man, you just want to enjoy summer with your boat in your driveway, and you're out here getting fined for it and having to go to court. Like, that's Jersey.
That's a Jersey move.
It's
Cause
a very Jersey thing.
they gotta limit the fun you have.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, is that too much fun you're having?
Is it summer already? Damn, find all these boats in these driveways and start throwing fines on them.
Oh, man.
But Speaking of boats, have you guys ever been on a boat in the summertime, like a fishing boat?
I've been on like a sailboat,
Have you been on a sailboat?
like a little sailboat, in the Bahamas.
Did it feel out of control?
No, it was actually extremely relaxing, but the weird part was, the boat driver was a native, right, from the Bahamas, and he was like, "All right, now that we're out here, I'm gonna catch some starfish," and I was like, "What are you gonna do?" And he was like, "Yo, I'll be right back." Dives into the water, swims down, catches a starfish, brings it out, and we're like, "So you just caught a starfish?"
So like you just know where they be at, my guy.
yo, my guy. You just have a starfish sensor? Like, how do you know
Damn.
that? And it was crazy. We bought that starfish from him, and it was just like,
So you bought wildlife from the guy?
I couldn't just not like give it to him. This dude.
I didn't know you
stopped
can
the
sell.
boat.
I didn't know you could sell
That sounds
living
That
wildlife to
sounds
people.
illegal. It's like, hey,
Oh, what are you
I-
talking about?
I could have just caught that myself. Why do I have to?
How much did he sell it to you for?
I don't know. It was like $5 or some shit.
That's interesting to know.
That's
The
pretty-
trade value
that's
for
pretty
wild
insane.
caught starfish is around $5.
It's weird. It was a weird situation.
Did you have to wait till it suffocated?
Yeah, they have to salt it.
Fuck.
It's terrible. It's
This took a really dark turn.
Yeah, it's a terrible process.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I-
this
Like
is
he's
now
show,
mine.
but
You
the
are
thing
mine.
is, he's showing it to me like it's a cool, like, all right, so check it out, baby. You're
Yeah.
gonna take the starfish, you're gonna put the salt in it, and he's gonna
God.
die, and then you're gonna scrape him out, and
Yeah.
you're just like, don't tell me this. I just want the
You're gonna-
starfish.
You're gonna drown it in alcohol and watch it drown.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, baby.
and then
it's
and
like,
his
no,
eyes
it's
just go
not.
wide open, start looking at everybody in the boat like,
Oh
"Do you
man.
guys like this? Or so what do you think about this, huh?" And then the Coast Guard shows up. Hey, did you just catch another fucking starfish?
I'm tired of you catching these starfishes.
Yeah. Are you guys even on a real tour? Like, it's just a guy with a boat. Scary.
Yeah, that was my sailboat
You want to know?
story.
You want to know my really fucked up sailboat story? I have
Oh,
a funny one.
Remember, it's supposed to be about the beauties of summer.
God. Well, but these are things that only happen in summer, so
it's a good time.
these are good times. One time I went out. My girlfriend's dad is a mechanic, so he gets to know a lot of people with automobiles and vehicles of all sorts.
Mhm.
He knew a person that was leaving the country for retirement and wanted to sell a sailboat that she had, so she offered it to my girlfriend's father for a really cheap price. So
How much you think sailboats cost?
sailboats, I think for new ones they're probably 50, 60, 70 grand,
That's a lot.
I'm guessing, and I'm no sailboat expert here, but I'm sure it's about probably more than a car, or around the same price as a high-end car.
Would it be more than a yacht,
No, yachts are
like-
super expensive.
or like a little yacht, like a mini yacht?
I think any kind of yacht is super expensive, just because it's a
Yeah.
luxury liner. You know what I mean?
Because like I feel like a sailboat would be. I'm just sidetracking because sailboats seem like a cool ass item to have.
Yeah.
Because like it's not just like turn on the motor. It's like, all right, make sure the sails are.
You're
turned
living
90
pirates.
degrees. Yeah, exactly.
That's what you are. You're
you
a living
can
pirate.
live a pirate fantasy.
Yeah.
Minus the pillaging of other
Yeah, you
ships.
can still pillage.
You can.
Just make sure you don't
Nothing's
get caught.
stopping you, but
So let me get back to
Anyway,
this because this is
sorry,
You're
I
not
just
gonna.
wanna
You're
know
actually
about
not gonna
sailboats.
believe this. So
oh, okay.
so my girlfriend's father acquires this sailboat. It's a decent size, 30 to 35 feet long. That's a decent sailboat, and he has it on. I think it's like Long Beach Island or something like that
In California,
in New York.
New York. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
LBI. Something. So
All right. Had a dumb moment.
yeah, so we decide, and this was maybe 3 or 4 summers ago. My girlfriend, her brother, and her brother's girlfriend, we all decided, hey, let's just take out the sailboat with zero naval experience.
As I was saying before, you definitely need to know how to sail
Yeah.
a boat.
So we all drive up. It's like a good time, fun summer tunes in the car.
This is the summertime.
Yeah, you like
you got the
the
summer
windows
jams.
down. You're listening to Will Smith, Miami.
Yeah,
right?
that's my jam.
Summertime. That's a different song.
That's not
But
Will Smith's Miami.
you just got Will Smith on Spotify just going.
You're looking out the window and you're imagining the time you're gonna have in the
yeah, you
sailboat.
see the seagulls.
And you're like picturing a much better experience about what's about
Well,
to happen.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
like the
So-
best experience in your brain.
Here we go. We get on this boat and we're like, oh, first of all, I'm impressed. I'm like, this is a fucking big boat. Like, this is gonna be a good time. We're gonna like sail and shit, whatever sailors do. And
Sail.
yeah, sail. We get on the boat, and my girlfriend's brother, he's about 3 or 4 years older than us. he decides to be captain. He's captain of the ship.
He just decided.
Yeah, but he's
You
like,
didn't
you know
earn
how it's funny
He
because like
didn't earn that.
it's funny
privilege.
because like everyone thinks they know that what they're doing,
Nope.
but like I feel like I know he never drove a boat before or like maneuvered a boat, but he was like, all right, we could figure this out. So I'm like, cool, this is gonna be a good time. So he starts with the motor, and then it's funny because like with sailboats you kind of park them like any other car.
Mhm.
Like in a dock, like you have to like go into like parking spaces.
Uh-oh.
Imagine fucking
Uh-oh.
maneuvering a sailboat out of a parking space.
Oh no.
Parking cars already sucks, but like sailboats. So anyways,
So
he manages to get it out, and at that point I have total and complete faith in our captain. I'm like, he's gonna lead us to the fucking
So far, there is
Yeah.
no what's it called? Mutiny. There's no mutiny on the ship.
there's no mutiny. Everyone's
okay.
all aboard. Arg, off to the 7 seas. Like,
Everyone
we're-
is like, for our
us."
captain.
yeah, someone's got scurvy already. Like
Lyme disease.
Walk the plank. It's like, oh,
Like,
no.
damn, that's what you get for getting scurvy, boy.
Lead us to the booty.
We're going to the booty, baby.
I'd have a plank in my boat
cool.
in case somebody acts up.
It's
Nice.
so annoying. You know,
So-
Dave, like, we get a joke's over. Like,
He's really got a sword out. He's like,
I'm
threatening you.
serious. Everyone else has it too. It's like
Oh,
they are
God.
serious. You're the only one not playing it.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Anywho.
so picture in your mind a little boat parking lot, and then like you get into this lane, and then it's like open bay area that
Uh-huh.
leads into ocean.
But first,
So-
you have to get out.
Huh?
Did you get out of the parking spot yet?
Yeah, we did. We're out of the
Oh,
parking
you-
spot.
okay.
So apparently there's like
was it
rules.
sweaty or no?
What do you mean?
Was it nervous?
All of it is nervous because I'm on a boat with people who've never been on a boat before. So
Trying to drive a boat.
trying to drive a boat. And it's funny because like there's rules to maneuvering boats and bays and things like that I didn't know. I don't.
Yes,
That's
the
a whole
rules
new
of the
world.
sea.
Yeah, it's a whole new world out there, literally for like boat navigation. So he goes and he's navigating this boat, and his mistake. And listen, if you're a rookie pirate and like you're starting up a crew,
Not sailor.
pay attention because this is very important. Make sure you have a map of the area and you got to know like the sea levels and where the sandbars are because we're driving on this fucking and he's got the motor and he's doing the motor thing and we're heading out into the bay and we're like, yes, this is going to be great. We're going to finally go out there and start sailing a little bit. Maybe like 50 or 60 feet away from this parking spot, all of a sudden we're driving and we get like an immediate stop. Like
Oh my god.
our boat just stops and we're just like, fuck, what the hell?
Probably
So
like a squid holding on.
yeah,
Yeah,
cracking.
just cracking.
Yeah.
Comes
So
out.
he's like fucking with the motor. He's like just trying to get it out, and we're like, oh well, this sucks. Like, what the hell's going on here? Maybe we just, maybe there's something wrong with the motor. Maybe there's something. We're trying to figure it out. Like, we don't know shit about boats. Like, we're just like, whatever. We look down, and we're literally stuck at a sandbar. Like, the boat just drove right into a sandbar. So now we're like, fucking Captain Phillips. We're like, we have to navigate our way out of here. Like,
Captain Phillips.
we get out the map, we start pointing at like, okay, so this is the elevation at minus 35. Like, we're just like trying to navigate out of this and figure out a way out of this situation because the boat's going down. Like, it's starting to like it's getting swaying a little bit. Like, it's very like unsecure. Like, it's not secure at all. Like, at this point, survival instinct starts kicking in. So we're looking at the map and like, all right, shit, we should have looked at this earlier, first of all, because we would have known to avoid this sandbar. Second of all, what the fuck do we do when we're in a sandbar? So we've been sitting there for 45 minutes trying to figure it out, and the sun is just burning our skin because we didn't plan to be like out there for like, just sitting in heat for like 45 minutes. So we're all just sweating, dying, trying to figure it out until somebody makes the smart joke and goes, "Ha, Dylan, why don't you get out and push the boat?" And we're like, all laughing about it. And I'm like,
That's a good
yeah, maybe
joke.
I will. And they're like, no, for real, try it. Like, get out and push the boat. Maybe it'll work. So I'm like, all right, shit, I got nothing else to lose. So I jump out into the sandbar, and like I'm there, and the water's probably up to my chest, and he's got the motor on, and we're like, all right, okay, we're good. Come on, Dylan, like, do it. So he's got the motor running, and all of a sudden, like, I start pushing it, and it's actually moving, and I'm like, there's no way that this is actually happening. Like, I don't believe the physics of this. Can someone explain why I'm pushing this boat and it's moving? I don't know, maybe it has to do with like buoyancy or whatever, or like just putting a little bit of force gets it to go a little bit combined with
It's like
it
no
worked.
gravity
All I
or
gotta say is it
whatever.
worked. I pushed the boat out of the sandbar, and
They left
the
without
boat
you?
no, the boat starts taking off, and I'm like, yeah,
You're
wait
just
for me.
marooned in the ocean.
Yeah, now I'm like I'm here with my treasure, just marooned on this sandbar.
Dylan, catch the lifeguard.
So like I had to swim back up to the boat and like get on the ladder on the side, and we decided fuck this, fuck this bay.
Turn
Let's
right
go park
around.
this boat and go
Get-
get some seafood and be out. Like,
yeah,
it was-
there's no point.
and that's
after
what we
that.
did. And I think it was the last time I was on a sailboat was that experience. And then we sold that sailboat. My
Really?
girlfriend's family sold that sailboat, so we
For
couldn't
good-
have any more adventures on
For
it.
good reason.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I feel like
the SS Sandbar. That's a good name for that boat.
SS Dylan's muscles.
Mm,
And I think it would be a cool experience to do it again without having the sandbar experience.
probably.
Maybe you crash into like actual like land,
Yeah,
or maybe you actually sail the boat, and I feel like
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
yeah. I think if we just had someone who knew how to sail a boat,
Not somebody that
not
captain,
a couple,
no
not a
ex-
couple
no
of
experience.
20-something-year-olds trying to do a sailboat that
captain,
they've never.
no experience at
Mhm.
the front of the hem or whatever it's called.
That's his name.
But
Well,
hey,
he
it,
has no experience.
we got us to where we are today.
At least
talking
you guys
about boat
didn't
stories.
do a mutiny.
Hey, at least it didn't sink.
Word.
At least we didn't shipwreck it or
back.
really break it. Worst things could have happened.
I've been on a boat.
$70,000 worse things could have happened.
Who knows?
I've been on the boat. You know the one from like Jurassic Park where they. I always
There's a lot of
have
Jurassic
to bring-
Park.
yeah.
We love
You
Jurassic
gotta bring
Park.
it back. The
We
one
might do a Jurassic Park episode
where they
because
bring the T-Rex to like New York or whatever.
You've been on one of
One
those?
of those. With,
what
like,
the fuck?
where there's
When?
like cars in there too.
Oh,
like,
what?
Oh, really? Like a ferry?
What, were
Or
you
like-
smuggled or something? What were you doing?
Like that was the boat I went on, and like I don't know what the point of it, but for some reason the people brought their cars on the boat, and like to the boat is so weird because it's like a pretty old boat. There's
Mhm.
a decent amount of rust on it. You're just like, how old is this boat?
Why?
I don't know.
What's
I
happening?
don't
What's
know
start?
why.
Where were you sailing out of?
It's literally just. It was literally you go to the boat, and then you go to a different port, but it's like a little river, like a big river.
So you're crossing a river.
I guess sure, but we go to the one river, then we come back on the same boat. So it was literally just like it was like a sightseeing thing, but I don't
Oh.
get why.
Oh.
Why would people would bring their cars there? I don't. That's what I didn't understand. But I went on that, and it's very weird because for some reason there's stairs that lead to the water. So it literally is just you're going down. If you choose to go down the stairs, you would just leave
Get
the
into
boat
water.
into the water at like rapid.
That'd be dope though. Like it's cool because you get to choose your path. It's like you either could cross the river
Go-
on the comfortable boat, or you could just
Take the
leave
stairs and
anytime
just
you
swim.
want and
Yeah.
just swim
And it was
out.
just weird because the water would be like crashing into
Yeah,
like
it's
inside.
extreme.
It's like how is this thing still like?
Extreme sports, George.
I guess how is this thing still going?
Yeah, but I think boats are a very cool thing that pertain to summertime.
Yeah.
What else?
I
What
think
else?
there's. We might end this on this one, but
Uh-oh.
the Portuguese feast is one of the
Oh.
highlights of our area
Well, let's explain
in
this.
in summertime, and I
So-
want to bring it up because it's hilarious.
So another thing summer is known for is its festivals.
Yeah.
Everybody loves festivals. Like
Mhm.
it seems to be the thing to do where you and your friends say, "Hey, let's go to,
Colombian
the New
feast.
York Gay Pride Festival," right?
Yeah,
Today.
the only.
Literally.
I'm
today.
looking. Is that today?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
really?
that's cool.
In New
Dope.
York.
Shouts out the New York Gay Pride Festival that's going on today.
I
Or
guess.
I think it was today. Maybe yesterday.
All right, nice.
Around this day.
Hey, well,
Well,
that's what I'm
that
talking
was
about.
a
There's
random guess
festivals.
that-
That was a real random guess, and it happened to be today.
Yeah, like-
Don't ask how I know that.
Uh-oh. What
but
do you
no,
need to tell us, though?
There's so that's that festivals. We all love them.
There's
You
lots of
go, you get
festivals.
some Zapolis or whatever, some fucking fried Oreos. That seems to be all these
Terrible.
things that you get at these food truck
Churros.
festivals, like a sausage sandwich, right? So in Newark, where we're around this area in Jersey, they have a Portuguese festival to celebrate Portuguese people and
Portuguese culture.
and that's all three of us are Portuguese, so it's mandatory to attend those
Yeah.
kind of
You
festivals.
need to.
Yeah, if you don't, you start becoming less Portuguese.
But then I have
Yeah,
a question.
you
Why
lose
are
your
there
mustache.
why are there people who aren't Portuguese there? Is it mandatory for them too?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's two types of Portuguese feasts happening within the Portuguese feast. And I think Dylan should explain that.
Yeah,
more.
there's two types. So there's the one where you're actually Portuguese and you go and you try and enjoy
We're all like the kid-friendly version.
kid-friendly
Whereas, like, the
version.
Portuguese families are
Yeah,
there having a good
Portuguese
time.
food.
you get some
Good
chicken, you get
So,
some sausage.
You got Manel João on top of the stage
yum,
singing
yeah,
about
singing old classic Portuguese
ab-
folklore.
about,
Good times.
about
Always have the
Cam-
rotisserie
Yeah.
and the sardinhas on the side.
Sardines.
like-
Some nice sardines. And then you got the other side where it's I want to get fucked up.
I want to get fucked up.
What
Hey,
song
I
is
want to
that?
get fucked up.
Oh, man.
Huh?
I want to get fucked up.
And that's that culture. That
How are
goes.
people liking this song? I don't understand.
Hey, you know,
Because
that's
they're
what it
getting
is.
fucked up, and
Yeah,
it's
so
all part of the
The other
dance.
side is girls with 3-inch shorts on that
Tube top.
tube tops. It's guys with tribal tattoos
hair.
and faux hawks.
Don't know where Portugal is on the map.
No, probably not. But some do because some are actually Portuguese.
Or
And
some-
Unfortunately,
Or
Yeah.
some are like, they took like a geography class and they're
Mhm.
like, hey, I learned
I know what
about this.
Portugal is.
yeah. But anyway,
It's in,
so
uh,
it's
Br-
like this. So it's a feast that culminates and brings together the best and the worst of a lot of the local areas. So it's always there's always shenanigans and always some event going on at these feasts where
Yep.
the cops get involved because everyone likes to get rowdy at
Well, yeah. speaking of
summertime
cops,
festivals.
Do you know how this festival is crazy when there's literally a police helicopter flying around?
Yeah.
That happened one year where there's a police helicopter just with a searchlight
Nice.
just flying around looking at people.
Yeah, because the problem with these festivals is that it has a limited capacity because it's done in a restaurant parking lot,
Mhm.
and it almost looks like DayZ, where like the zombies are trying to get into like the walled fortress, and like everybody's trying to climb over to get into the festival.
You mean World War Z?
World War Z,
World
yes,
War Z.
World War Z, the movie with Brad Pitt, where like the zombies are trying to climb over the walls and like get into like
Yeah, they use themselves as like a stepping stone.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
They're
what these
just-
feasts look like. It's like people trampling each other to climb over walls to get into this feast. No exaggeration. This has actually happened.
Yeah, there's like watchtowers.
Yes, because what they
It's-
do is they close the gates off at a certain time
Mhm.
so that to limit the amount of people coming in and out. You don't want to have a fire hazard or something, but
Mainly dangerous people.
all the crazy kids that want to party after around like 10 o'clock get in by literally crawling over gates and jumping on each other. So it becomes rowdy. So
it becomes scary.
So what's your
rowdy.
story, Dave, that involves this feast? Because
I
I
don't
got
know,
some, but that's for another day.
it's just the scariest culmination of people
Mhm.
where you get all right. So you go there and it's like, hey, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna enjoy all my Portuguese culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that at all. And it's just like I don't have stories as much as like confusion about
Yeah.
the like whole scenario. But it is a summertime thing, and it's
Mhm.
really funny because we always pass the like family friendly version.
Mhm.
We always say the same thing. We're like, that's the real Portuguese feast.
Yeah.
And here we go to the fake one,
Yep.
and we just keep
Yeah.
trucking by.
I think what you can look forward to the most at summer festivals are somebody being arrested for something.
Yep.
Someone getting carried out in what are those things called?
Like
the
a
stretcher?
This the
Evac.
Sure, yeah,
Like the
like-
evac.
like
paramedic.
the EMS table.
yeah.
That's
Like,
that's the funniest thing.
like,
This one that came out. What am I talking about? This recent one, there was
Somebody on a stretcher.
there was 2 instances of people way too drunk, and it was hilarious because the first one, there was this guy, and then he went to the floor,
Mm.
and he just laid on the floor, and everyone's like, "Yo, you good?" And he just was there. He didn't say anything, and he was just on the floor. And we're looking at him like, "Is he dead? Is this what happened?" And we just I thought it was just really funny because he just stood right back up, and he just kept acting like he
Yeah.
didn't just go on the ground.
Yep.
The second one was just a straight up like evacuation of a guy who was just too drunk to be.
To be. Yeah.
And he-
Exactly.
And he just
He ascended human form and became the drunkest form of himself.
exactly, and he just got carried away
He was elevated to a new
Oh, yeah.
level of thought.
of stomach pumping.
Also, though, like you can also guarantee like semi-decent food,
That's pretty good.
greasy food, overpriced alcohol.
Overpriced everything.
That's something you could expect at any festival. Another thing you could expect at festivals are couples arguing.
That's funny to me though.
which
That's
is
a great time
which
to
is
me.
which is always happens in the form of you walk by and you hear a boyfriend and a girlfriend arguing, and you're just kind of like, oh shit, like you know, like
Like you
that's
stop.
been you at some point. Like that's the funny thing is.
It's been you at some point to the point where you feel like you are arguing with them. Like, it's
Exactly.
like you're
Like you
part
feel
of
like
it.
you have your 2 cents to come in and start
Right.
arguing back with somebody, and like it's so funny because it's very relatable. Like you walk by and you start hearing them argue and you're like, all right, well, I've been
Start
through
getting
there.
like flashbacks, and then you start arguing with
Yeah.
nobody. Like, I told you. Oh shit.
That
there's nobody
PTSD
here.
festival argument.
Flashback.
Like, no, I promise I didn't go. That wasn't her. I swear I was just talking to her and telling her about it. And then like your friends are like, Dylan, hey, you all right? And you're like,
Snap out
yeah,
of it.
nah,
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
So let's go get some sangria.
Sangria.
Yeah, that's you. So, and then you could always guarantee seeing people that you know from
Uh-huh.
childhood.
Some people you don't want to see.
Some people you don't want to see.
Some people you do want to see.
Yeah, some people you do want to see. You will always at festivals. You will always see somebody piss in the wrong place. That happens a lot.
Like right next
Personally,
to the bathroom, or like right to the
All right.
Yeah, literally
outhouse?
anywhere.
I'm not too sure you guys were with me at one point in the last one that I went to, but that was me. There
Okay.
was a large line towards the stalls. I mean the
Out-
porta
Porta
potties.
potties. I gotcha.
So everyone in our group was like, "Fuck that! Let's go behind the dumpster," and
Yep.
just pissed on behind the
It's fine.
dumpster of the
No,
thing.
that's cool. I think that's.
But it's really funny because there was 6 other groups doing the same exact thing in
Yeah.
the same exact location.
that hive mindset. Everybody just wants to let this piss out, so they'll do it
It's
wherever
just
they
water,
have to.
You know,
Yeah, whatever.
it's just
It's
water.
only. What was your funny story?
I mean, the feast itself is, and all festivals. Well, there's one I went to actually in Portugal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a Portugal festival. And I was there, and I was so
It was just a festival.
it was just a festival, and I was just so sick for some reason. Like I just had something earlier in the day, and I was just feeling miserable. And everybody seems to be a doctor when they're drunk at festivals. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like they get their PhD and their MD.
You're like,
And
you're
they're like,
fine.
Oh, what you need is seltzer, and you need ginger ale so you could burp it out. And like, fuck that. Like none of that really ever works, but like you do it anyways. So what I had to do was just I had to sit down for a little bit, drink this like weird remedy of mixed things that
Some like old Portuguese
yeah, some weird
concoction.
some herbs and whatever. And I ended up being fine, and it was a really good time. After that, we went to clubs, and I think that's just the epitome of summer. Is just you're always on the move. You're always looking for the next thing to do and
Mhm.
looking forward to the next event with your friends, and I think that's what makes summer magical.
I think it's the story that you come up with, that you come out of the
Yeah.
like event with.
I think summers are great because they're probably where you get most of your good memories from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not having great memories in school, but
No.
you're having great memories. All your great memories come from some sort of summer or vacation time.
Absolutely. It's like it's the only time of the year where it's empowering to go outside and see so many people with the same mindset as you that are just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
think something about summer makes everybody look for excitement and fun and try and become more friendlier. People want to do things, it's a good time.
What do you think, George?
I think that but bring it back. Summer is where like you literally bring it back to
Ooh.
what you used to think about. So like what you used to do when you were younger. So for instance, you would meet. So usually for me, most of the times I meet people that I haven't seen in a while during the summer.
Yep.
Like I've never
Mhm.
really run into people during the winter unless
Mhm.
I don't know, I'm going
It's rare.
like shopping. I need.
Yeah, unless you see them somewhere random.
Yeah, like I just feel like that you have a higher chance of seeing that somebody that you used to like.
Somebody
hang out
that
with,
you
like, maybe
used
during
to
school.
know, somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Like for
I don't-
example, I used to skateboard in the summer, and now I've
We
taken up
used
skateboarding again
We used to skateboard a lot.
because I
in the
just
summer.
totally missed it. I was like, hey man, I should really get out and try some skateboarding again. I enjoyed it when I was a kid, and so I bought a skateboard and started skateboarding again, which is now very fun. Something I like to do.
Hmm.
So
longboarding.
sure,
I always wanted a longboard.
it's fun.
I didn't
It's
never really
the
had one.
problem with longboarding, if I may,
Sure.
is that it's extremely fun.
Yeah.
But but
I'm having too much fun.
but
Damn it, this fun. I'm having.
but everyone is always like, "You fucking longboard, bro.
Yeah, you
Fucking-
kind of look like a douche.
Fucking poser."
Well, who
Fucking
cares?
douchebag.
It's summer. I can do what I want.
Ever.
You could be longboarding with your dick swinging and with your radio, with your boombox over, and you're just like,
Yep.
I
That's
get
a cool
dick anytime
scene.
I
And then
want.
like four.
That's a cool scene.
Like 5 minutes later, you're doing that, but in the back of a cop car.
Yeah, see?
Summer loving had
Dick
me a
out.
blast.
Oh, man.
yeah.
And on that note.
And on that note, enjoy your summer wherever you are. If you're in Alaska, that sucks. 'Cause
it's like 2 minutes
yeah,
of summer.
Your summer, you just love sunlight.
You're just
God,
excited to see
yeah, you're
light.
just excited to see the sun come out for once in your lives. So enjoy that.
For some reason, you guys live in darkness.
Yeah, you choose to live in darkness. You know, and everywhere else in the world, I'm sure they have great summers too. So wherever you're at, enjoy your summer. Get out there.
And have a great time.
stay hydrated.
Make some stories.
Stay hydrated
Please, yeah.
because I've seen heat stroke. I've seen
We're near it.
We're really close to heat stroke.
we're on the verge. Our eyes are twinkling a little bit. Like
George
we're-
is twitching.
yeah.
My left eye, you really can't open, but
yeah.
My lips are dry.
If you hear this, that's me
Sign
begging
one.
for water. So
Literally has a
stay
water bottle,
hydrated. Get out there, enjoy time with your family. Go to a barbecue, eat a burger, and we'll see you next week on
Yeah, we'll
our
be back.
podcast. We'll be back talking about
so things that
the things that
suck.
suck about summer,
You know,
which
we highlighted
There
to
is a lot of things that suck.
we
about
hinted
summer.
to some things that sucked, but you
Yeah,
know
we got some
have
good
a full
ones.
episode for just absolute
Trash.
yeah.
That's in the
Yeah.
summertime.
All right.
so
Yeah.
until then,
This
we
is us.
are out of here.
Later. Have a great summer.
Give us
Summer,
feedback.
okay.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, tell your friends, and get together and spend your summer listening to us.
Yeah. Together. Have a little Los Amigos party
Yeah.
where you listened in with your friends.
Cool.
All right. Stay
See you later.
tuned. We'll talk to
Comment.
you guys
Give
later.
us comments. Give us likes. Please support us.
Later.
Good night, everyone.